I'm Boosted Beard. Let me start this video off by just saying this is not a video I wanted to make. I kind of feel like I have to because I feel like people need to hear this. It raises a lot of questions and concerns. I've been a big advocate for this platform for Trovo. I'm really trying to push, get other people to come to it. I was really excited about it. A lot has changed in the last month. I've changed drastically. Also, I don't mean to put down anyone I know at Trovo. I mean, there's a lot of good people, a lot of good staff members. Shout out to Zonda, great dude. A lot of good friends and peeps I've met over there. However, that being said, I can no longer endorse Trovo, nor do I recommend anyone use that platform specifically for safety, privacy, and security concerns. Now, some of you might think this is a lot. Some of you might think it's not. Some of you might think I'm overreacting. That's up to you to decide. I'm just putting this out there. So, I just got out of the shower. I'm a little discombobulated. A few days ago, I've been trying to get more active in Trovo as far as like getting a voice out there more to the devs, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but a lot of the inexperienced creators that are on the platform, and some of just the tomfoolery that's been happening on there lately. There's been a lot of crazy stuff going on with the T500 and the pay to win and boxes and this and that, and a lot of bad habits being formed on that platform. I think from the creators and the staff, maybe not really knowing what to do, or taking the wrong advice, or just the wrong examples to lead by, in my opinion. Anyways, they've made some choices on the platform I agree I disagree with more and more. As a variety content creator, as a more console focused content creator, I really am not seeing the platform being open to that currently. A lot of what they say versus what they do is not lining up at all, honestly. They're very mobile, very tournament esports focused. It's been a year. They can only say working on it for so long before actions speak louder than words to me. I personally think right off the bat the T500 program needs to go away the way it is. It makes people only focus on that and sets a bad bar, a bad example to lead by. A lot of people only chase that. I don't know how many partners while in their stream I heard them say things like, well, I'm not going to hit my hours, so there's no point in streaming. Or I've hit my hours, I might take a week off. Like it's like they're only there to hit the Trovo 500 hours, and the hell with their community, and which I don't know, to me that brings a whole bunch of different issues, like what happens when that goes away or gets lessened, or people going to leave. It should be about building a brand, not just on Trovo. But you do you. I mean, you do you. You guys do whatever you want to do in the day, but it's not going to help the platform if that's the way you focus on it. Then the treasure box is brought into that whole issue because it's all based on watch hours, whether you basically become partner or not for the month. And a lot of people just want to chase that badge to that, that accomplishment that is really meaningless on Trovo to an extent. There are issues I have with it and why I think it shouldn't exist in the way it does, because impressionable and new people are going to be driven to that badge on a channel, and they're going to look at those people as leadership, and the people that are ones to quote unquote look up to, and maybe not such a great idea if they're just there farming to be in the Trovo 500. I don't know that those are the people we want representing the platform versus the people that are really putting in the time and spending the time with the community. And they might not have a badge that month. So people aren't going to be automatically driven to their channels. So that's a whole other issue. But it's things like that and things like them marketing tournament stuff outside of, tons of mobile stuff. I get they have stake in a lot of that. But then they, in the same breath, will say things like, oh, we're not ready to advertise and market and or whatever. But yet they do it anyways and leave out a whole chunk of creators like IRL and creative art streamers, whatever. Those people can't even be in the Trovo 500, and they say that's coming, and but like, to what point? And doesn't matter by then. I don't know. So those are things that bother me, and some decisions they made, like policing titles with the giveaway boxes and stuff, which I think was wrong, and for many reasons. But that's our advertisement space. I don't agree with people putting giveaways all day long and stuff in their titles or elixir or treasure boxes. It's a bad look, but you're allowed to have a bad look if that's how you do your business. You're not hurting anyone. So when they say they're going to start policing stuff like your titles, I think they're just really narrowing the box down and what kind of creators they are particularly looking for without saying it. That's the way I feel. So I wanted to leave the platform after a bunch of stuff, and just that was a little bit of a backstory and kind of loose thoughts. Like, there's a lot more to all that, way more. I'm not half full, half empty on all that stuff. I understand it's a driving marketing structure with the T500 and everything else, but again, they are trying to blanket everybody and bring everyone over there when really they only cater to a very small group of creators. So I was like, you know what? They have my monetization information, so they have like my taxes, my bank account, routing, account number, personal information. I was like, I'm gonna step away from Trovo. Let them do their thing, because there's a lot of good about the dev work, the feature set that's really interesting on that platform. I think if you right now though are not into mobile or esports mobile, the time you would spend on Trovo to accomplish something successful, you could spend other places and grow at 10 times the rate. But anyways, so I was like, I want to remove that information from their systems, that platform. I'm only going to be on there as like a viewer, because I wanted to go over there and still support my friends. Even though there's things I didn't agree with as a content creator over there, it's fine. I can still support my friends. I met some cool people. This is where it all started. So I loosely read through the policies they have on the site. Mostly about the content creation stuff is what I really read about, because I want to know what I can and can't do, and so on and so forth. It's very hard to read through their policy because it's very corporate-y, and very like general. It doesn't really like, you're like, I think this is what this means. But where you fill out your monetization stuff, there's no real information or contact information about who, what, where, when, who has your info, where it's going, who's storing it, how to get rid of it. As a matter of fact, I'll show some of this off. I can't, I'm not going to show off all my information, but there's emails and other things. Really slow right now. So, when you sign up, take a look. Oh, it's not loading. You have to basically, like, it's like an affiliate program. You have to hit a certain amount of stream time, watch hours, followers, whatever, what have you, to unlock, to be able to monetize. So to be able to earn sub money and Elixir money and such. When you go in, and we'll switch over here now to their monetize, it's pretty simple. In the monetize section, this is the only information you're given. It basically just says if you're out of the U.S., make sure you complete certificate of non-U.S. activities, blah, 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 avoid taxes. Then basically it says to contact payments at Trovo Live. You change any of your information and validation, and it says they will put it on a hold before they can validate it. They go to continue, and it just basically here again is another thing popping up saying the same thing. Like that's the only contact it shows you in this area. You have an FAQ which takes you to Reddit, which is very strange that it doesn't take you to the website. This takes you out to a third party, which I don't agree with at all. This is another issue I have with the platform, is they don't really have a condensed area on the platform you're using. It's like they put information in the Discord but don't do it on their site, and then what if you're not in the Discord or don't check it that day and they make a policy, you break that policy but you had no way of knowing. It just there's a lot of issues I have with them being all over the place, and I brought that up and nobody even decided to reply to it, so whatever. On that Discord anyways. So this kind of takes you through the steps of it all, and then tells you and just, the problem of it is it tells you this Tiplity site, is there like user guideline content, but it just gives you payment thresholds. Like again, it still doesn't say, hey, you know, this is who holds your information, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. It really, it actually doesn't even tell you that that's going to be the platform they use for your payment stuff. And then here in this FAQ tells you to contact customer Trovo or in their Discord group. So that's for just to, I don't know why that's not here, where you fill out your personal information. So when you fill this out, and I can't show you address, then your payment method, which is your bank account or whatever, your PayPal, tax form. The only place it says anything about that third-party site is when you do your payment. It just gives a term, a clickable terms that's like, hey, we're not liable for screw-ups. So I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I didn't do my due diligence. You know, I think this could have been avoided if I'd have figured all this out beforehand. That's the other problem. There really isn't a way to do that. It's so convoluted. So still doesn't say who has my information. So when I contacted customer support, that customer, whatever, they basically, and the other issue I have with Trovo is talking to them through support is very robotic, very one sentence, like whatever they say is it. And they will just repeat themselves. I don't know if there's a language barrier or I am talking to a robot at this point. But they basically told me how to contact that Tapley, whatever, for my information to get that removed. And I said, well, that's weird. I filled out my information on, and I was like, I would like my personal information, my banking account information removed. And they said I'd contact them. It went on and on. They just basically kept telling me to contact them. And I was like, well, where does it say an external company's holding my information? I was like, I don't see that here anywhere. When I filled this out, it didn't say that. They just said, oh, they're a third party that helps Trovo store account information. Please contact them. If you need help, best regards. I'm like, okay, I did. But to be clear, I was like, does Trovo not retain or store any of my personal information or account? Like, this is weird, right? I use your platform for everything I do. Why is it going to a third party? I was never pushed to a third party. I was never signed up for. This is really weird. Even with my tax document, it just says it's saved. Then I go to check my tax documents, and it says there's no documents. So, brings up a bunch of red flags. I said, to be clear, Trovo does not retain or store any personal information about me or my account? Question mark. Because I'm like, because they keep telling me to go to this other site. Reply was, yes. As for monetization information, all of them are stored by say Tippy. I don't know how I can say it. I said, okay. Well, I asked in another reply to remove my personal information. That this is all very confusing per your policy, because I finally got on the website and dug down into their policies on the website. Huge convoluted mess. Data and privacy. Well, in their policies, it literally says they hold on to your information, basically till you ask them to remove it, and that they will also give you a copy, essentially whatever information they have. So, and that was to a whole nother contact information. It's this dance you got to do where nothing makes sense. And they got a bunch of policies on this for privacy and data. Kind of all over the place. Read it through yourself. I highly encourage you, if you're going to use their platform, period, to read through this. Basically, it tells you the IP stuff, that's normal. But they hold all your information, your log information, and then like stuff for digital gifts, and then blah blah blah. So like obviously they're holding on to it for whatever. I don't know where the email address is, but like third party stuff, blah blah blah. Yeah. So retention policy, payment data stored until deleted. I'm like, okay, well, this is telling me that it's stored on Trovo's platform. They're telling me it's some third party. Now I'm like getting livid at this point because I'm being pushed around, and like I'm like, okay, I'm starting to question the competency of this company, right? Just because of the by design of everything, and then the contact I've had. And it goes into, contact DPO, which is like their data privacy, whatever department. So I had to find that. That's a new one. You can delete or remove certain personal information by logging into your service account. That is false. 100% false. There's nothing. You can't remove anything. You can try to delete your account, but there's an issue with that too. I'll get into in a minute. If there's any other personal information you believe to process, we would like to use us to erase, please contact, which I did contact them. We retain personal information if there are valid grounds under applicable data protection laws, blah, 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 blah. There is nothing. There's no reason for them to hold my data. There's zero. So, whatever. You can read through all that yourself. I'm not going to get into all of that and your interpretation and blah, blah, blah. So I contact them. So I'm contacting everybody at this point because I'm just like, who has my data? And please erase my data. At this point, I do not want Trovo or any third-party company that they may or may not give my data to have it. Period. So I contact them and they're like, "Hey, thanks for getting in touch with us. Understand you wish to delete your data, delete your Trovo. Understand and wish to delete your Trovo account. To do so, please. Blah 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 blah." That is not what I put. So I'm just gonna put this on here because I'm again, I don't know if I'm talking to a robot or there's a language barrier or they're doing this on purpose, but at this point, I don't feel safe with having them with my personal information. I don't even want to deal with this company at this point. So let me I actually can't. My name's in this. I can't show you this. Anyways, I said, "Hi, I would like to request personal information. I would like to request the personal information and/or any banking and tax you have on my account or me. And then I would like to request deletion of said information and/or the steps to take to do so. Give my account, my name, my account, blah blah blah. And if I have to comp some of this out to put this out for validity, I will. But the response was, "Hi, thanks for getting in touch with us. We understand you'd like to delete your Trovo account. To do so, please follow these steps." So all they did was give me pictures on steps on how to delete my account on Trovo. Like that's clearly not what I've asked. It's clearly not what I've asked customer support. That's not what I've asked this data. I said, okay. When at this point, I'm like, well, okay, well, I'm gonna try it. Well, it won't let me. It won't let me delete my account because it says I have an active sub. I can't delete my account. I'm not subbed to anybody besides gifted subs, which is completely out of my control. And I replied to them again about it, like going back and forth. They ghosted me, and customer support ghosted me when I was talking to them. They just stopped replying to me. This third-party company they had me contact, I did, and they basically said, all right, thanks for reaching out. Please give us your first name, da da da. And I gave them, I said, hey, Trovo referred me to you. You have my information. I'd like it removed. They said, hey, thanks for reaching out. Please, give us a name and account. I said, I don't have my name. I don't have any information except for what Trovo has. And Trovo won't give it to me because they say they don't have it. Or they tell me to delete my account. So I give them my personal information, and they basically say, hey, cool, thanks for reaching out again. Contact Trovo, they'll help you. I said, look, I've had 4 replies from them. They keep telling me to reply to you, and they're asking me for some ID, and I'm like, I don't have that. I don't have that information. This is the back and forth. Nothing's gotten accomplished. The only thing that's gotten accomplished is I know Trovo has my data. I know they're not supposed to. I know that I've requested it to where I was supposed to request it. I know that I had to jump all the way around these different hoops through their platform and different sites to get the correct information, and they haven't done their job. So when I say I don't feel like they're competent in holding on to my information or keeping my privacy or data secure, this is why. This is 100% why. The fact that this company, when I reply to them, will just stop replying and ghost me on a matter such as this speaks volumes to me. And at this point, I can't say I would recommend anyone use Trovo's platform, period, until either this is resolved or looked into more. At this point, I think I'm going to have to try to reach out to 1 or 2 more people. In the meantime, I'm just going to put a lawyer on it. I don't feel safe that they have all that information on me and are just not interpreting what I'm saying, or I don't know. It's very clear cut. I'm not being rude. I'm not like, hey, you, or like, it's just like, no, it's very normal conversation. And they seem to just reply like, that's it. That's what it is. Like, nothing else to be said or done. I'm like, and you kind of get that vibe when you pay attention to some of the decisions the dev team makes in the Discord or whatever they're doing to big platform changes. I don't know if that's because of them or someone outside, or that's how the company does business, but for your safety, like, in my opinion, please do not use Trovo. Like, please do not. This is very questionable. A lot of companies are like this, but this is a huge privacy concern and data concern, in my opinion. As someone that used the platform, and I can't stand by it. I wish I didn't have to make this video. Wish it wasn't this long. This is ridiculous at this point. So yeah, I don't know. I wish I could end this on a good note, but there's no way. I just wanted to get the word out. Kind of what I've dealt with here, and yeah, Trovo. I mean, if you watch this, like, I'd say reach out, but if you want to resolve this, I want my stuff deleted. I want it deleted. I don't care if we got to delete my account, but like, I'm gonna need proof that it got deleted at that point. After this, and maybe if this is a training issue or whatever, can they fix this? I can't stress enough how to get all this information in one area on your platform, especially when you make big changes. This is very confusing and concerning. Peeps, if you're out there, hope you have a good day. If you use a platform, use it, but just use it at your own risk. I won't be. I won't be.